Hey everyone, Flying Dutchie here, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, the beginner tutorial as Germany. I think last episode we talked about the Air Force, and now we have talked about everything. We are fighting in the Civil War, the nationalist Civil War over here, and we are trying to help the fascists out, of course, because they are the same faction as us. And yeah, we showed a little bit of the combat statistics and how they work. And how good tanks are because of their breakthrough, which is the defense stat when they are attacking. So this Panzer division is is not getting any damage at all, almost, because this is so high compared to their attack stat. So tanks are fantastic against infantry. Who would have thought that, right? So last episode we ended because we have a couple of pop-ups over here. So let's take a look at these. We get a deploy unit pop-up here. You have units ready for deployment, so let's click on it. And it opens the recruit and deploy tab over here. And it's saying this because we have a 33 infantry division who's having all the material. We have made enough infantry equipment, they have enough support equipment, and they have 12 units of artillery. And they are fully trained at level 2. So we can now put this unit on the field. And there are a couple of ways you can do this. First, you need to click this button, no location set, and you need to tell the game where they should go on the map. Now I will just tell them to go to Brandenburg. And now you can see that you can click this button over here. So if we want, we could deploy these units instantly. This one is only at 92% trained, so it's a green unit. That will give some combat penalties, and we could train them later when they are in the field as well. So if you are very desperate for units, you can click the deploy unit instantly over here. Or click this button, and then all these 7 will be deployed. This one is not possible because you need at least 20% trained, and this one is only at 4%. If you don't have to hurry, really, I will just let this happen automatically. On the 9th of May, this unit will deploy in Berlin. So let's take a look at this. We are still fighting in Spain, but I think we are still doing okay there. So I will just unpause and pause the game here until the 9th of May. Boom. There's our new unit. And you can see that we get an unassigned division thing again. So this unit is not assigned to an army, and we will do this very soon. And now you can see that it's going to get the supplies and the manpower for the next trained unit over here. I have set this to this symbol over here that it should go all the time. You can say, I want only one, and then they will stop. But I want this to happen the whole time. And this way you can just keep training your units the whole time, and you don't have to click on them. These 8 will train and get supplies and will continue to make units. There is another way how you can assign your units, and that is by clicking this button over here. And then you can click on one of your armies. Now, we already knew that I think on this front with Poland we still have some open spots, right? We still need some infantry units to put on some tiles at the border with Poland. So when you click this button and you click on your army command here, or your front line, then every unit that is fully trained and is having all the logistics will automatically go to this army. But that is how I like to do it. And the same counts for our tanks. I will set the location at Weser Ems over here, and I tell them that they can join this one, which is my tank division. And now things will go automatically over here. Now we still have that one unit, of course, that I showed how it works, so we're going to click this button. And then we know we have one unit not assigned to any group. And I will assign them to this front with Poland as well. And you have to press Ctrl on your keyboard and then click, left click, and then this unit will automatically go to the front. Now it's going to a spot that is still open. The units that we are going to make are going to these spots over here. And then I think we have at least one unit to the whole front with Poland. So that is how that works. Did we already stack wipe this unit over here? Not yet, but we are working on it. We're having some supply issues, I see. What we also can do right now is spend some of our command power. Our war support is still very low, but command power, you just want to use it all the time. There are a couple of ways to spend it. You can click on these things over here that gives bonuses to your attacks here. For example, the force attack will cost us 3.96, which is almost nothing, of course. And it gives a 20% offense and 25% breakthrough bonus. But you cannot retreat, as you can see, so you are forcing the attack. You cannot stop it anymore. You can do the same with Last Stand, get a defense and entrenchment boost. And you can do this stuff off as plan. This would make your planning speed go to 400%, so when your army is standing still and waiting to do an attack and it builds a planning bonus, it goes 4 times as quick. Well, that is this button over here. That is a way you can spend your command power, but you can also click on these plus signs here and upgrade your commander. So let's take a look at our Heinz Guderian over here, who is having some nice bonuses for armor. So let's click this plus button, and then you open this trade window. Now we know already that he is a panzer leader, because that was the reason why we picked this one for our tanks. But we can also get the Panzer Expert or the Combined Arms Expert. Now the Panzer Expert gives an armored division defense. I'm not a big fan of defense for my armored divisions, because they are not there to be defending, they are going to attack. Now you also have the Combined Arms Expert, and this gives motorized and mechanized defense. Now I think that is a little bit better, because I think motorized and mechanized units have a way higher defense stat, so I don't think a 10% defense does do a lot for armored units. So I will go for the motorized and mechanized defense, and this will be very handy later as well when we are making medium tank divisions. I'm gonna pick this one. You could also become a guerrilla fighter, but then you get entrenchment speed that is really not useful for tanks. I'm not gonna do that one. Now my field marshal that is commanding this tank army, it's also a plus, so let's see what this one can do. He has the offensive doctrine already, but we can also get organization first and charismatic. This gives reinforce rate, which is really good, so it gets there a bit quicker. But it can also give division recovery rate. These are decent bonuses. But I'm not going to give it right now, because you also need command power to get these people in your cabinet, which gives war bonuses. This one gives army experience gain. So we are getting very low army experience right now, because we are not at war and we are only fighting with a small amount of divisions. So if I can get the army experience boost, we will get more army experience over time. And then we can make more changes to our divisions and get more doctrines research, which gives huge bonuses actually. So I'm not going to spend more of my command power. That is just how that works. This is the transport plane thing again. Yeah, let's put that away with the right click. We can modify our officer corps. We have enough points right now to get a theorist. That is this button in your cabinet. This only one costs 100 or 150. These ones are only useful when you are going to start selecting land doctrines or naval doctrines or air doctrines. That's going to take a while, so spending my political power over here is not a good idea right now. So I will wait with this. So I'm going to right click this away. And we have some decisions available. Now, we already talked about the raids, that these are actually really good in the long term, but spending political power on all these political actions at the start of the game, in my opinion, is not a good idea. And I think the same counts for the improved worker condition. It will increase your consumer goods factories, so you will get less factories working for you. But you will increase your stability with this, so if you have low stability, then maybe you want to do this at some point, the improved work conditions, but we already have 84, so I'm fine with this. I'm not gonna do this one. And we also have an economic policy here, region-wide industrial integration. And this gives a extra building slot in only one state, I think. Yeah, so that is absolutely not worth it, so I'm gonna select that one out of there as well. Okay. I think we can continue playing over here. There are no pop-ups, so let's let the game run. Gonna research our technologies. We are making our stuff in the factories. We are still spending our oil. You can see our current oil, our fuel, go down. 215,000, 214,000. That is because of our Navy still training. They are almost level 3, which is the maximum training for boats. And we have our national focus on the Rhineland. So, the remilitarization of the Rhineland. Germany has stationed troops in the Rhineland territory, close to the French border, in clear violation of the Treaty of Versailles. We can now put troops over here. And if you are not playing on historical focus, there is, I think, a super small chance that France will declare war on you, because you violated the treaty. But we are now 100% sure that France is not going to do this, because we are playing on historical. Historically, France did not do anything against Germany until the moment they went to war with Poland, so this should not give us any penalties. Now, we get a bit of world tension, but we also get 120 political power and 5 army experience, so that is really nice to have. Okay, the next focus, I think we want to keep getting our industrial tax up over here. What I normally do with Germany is go with autarky over here. This gives some research bonuses as well. And it also gives another autarky trade, which gives another 10% military and civilian factory construction speed. So that is really good for building up your economy. So we are absolutely going to do this one. But let's take a look at what we're going to do next. So what I always do is go this route to the research slot, because when we have done this one, we can go to the Hermann Göring Werke and we get 6 civilian factories and 35 units of trains, which is needed for your supply network. I think I'm going to talk about the supply network next. But this gives 6 civilian factories, which is insane. And then when this one is done, we can go to this one. And we get another 6 civilian factories. And then we can get an extra research slot. You want to do these 4 or 5 focuses very, very quickly. These are the best focuses for Germany to build up your economy. And we are going to do so right now. Okay. We have now 246 political power. And we have this because we just did the Rhineland focus. So we have a lot of points now that we can spend, and you should spend it on your government over here. We already have our infrastructure boost. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick another one over here that gives more political power. I'm not a fan of getting the political power gain bonus as Germany, since you will have all your stuff selected already before the war starts out. At least almost, so there's not a real... It's going to be not useful later in the game, the 15%. So I am not a fan of picking these 15% bonuses. This one will be better later, so we get less damage to our garrisons, so that's for when we are at war. We can pick this one and increase our fascism support, which also increase our stability. That can be a good one. We don't want to be communist or democratic. We're not building any military yet, so maybe they're not that great over here. Let's take a look at the other ones here. We still have the industrial one that gives us a research speed to our industry. This one gives 15%. This one gives electronics research 15%, and this one gives 5% to the industrial research and 15% to the synthetic resources. Now, as Germany, we absolutely need to go with the synthetic resources. So maybe that is a really good pick over here. We need to get all these things over here. We need to make our own oil, and fake rubber. Because when we are at war, we cannot import it anymore, I think. So that could be a really good research boost over there. I'm also a fan of picking a Chief of Army very quickly, so that we are getting a lot of army experience early in the game. So let's take a look at these ones. This one gives 8% more organization, you know, the morale bar for your army, so that is really nice. Training time doesn't really matter. 10% division attack. That is really nice to have, right? That is a nice bonus. And we cannot pick this one, and we don't want this one, so I think I'm gonna go with Franz Halder and get the 10% division attack bonus. It costs us 100 points and 20 command power, we just have enough. And now we are gaining 0.3 army experience a day, and that is really, really helpful. Now we still have a lot of points, but I cannot get any of these because we don't have enough command power. They will all cost command power in this row. So what I could do is pick the industrial concern and get the research speed for industry and the synthetic resources. I'm just gonna wait until I have 150 points and I'm gonna pick that one. I'm gonna go with the this one, the IG Farben. It's a really nice boost that we are gonna use a lot. That will this will increase our speed over here with our construction, I think. Does it show anywhere? Oh, maybe not. Or here. Yeah, you can see it over here. Research speed times 2.24. We have a 24% boost. But it's ahead of time, so we're not going to do it right now. But I think it was a really nice way to spend our points. Are my tanks done? Yes, they are. Let's send my tanks to this front. Tell them to attack somewhere. Doesn't really matter where, but they will build up their planning bonus. Okay, we have done the basic machine tools. That is not a research complete. That is this one. Our production efficiency cap can now go 10% higher. That means that these ones can now go 10% higher. So we are going to make more goods over when they are getting used to it. We are going to make more artillery, more sport equipment, etc. And that opens up these slots over here. Now, this one is in 1937, so that is still ahead of time. But it would not be a good pick. We're going to pick one of these two. Now, we do have the bonus. The 100% bonus from our focus tree. But yeah, we have to use it here because we want to continue this tree. So you can now click between concentrated and dispersed industry. You need to make a choice. You can only go one of these trees here. This one gives more, let's see, this one gives more output. Our factory output will be 15%, and with this one it will be 10%. But this one is also better for when you are getting bombed. Then it will be less vulnerable for it. And I think, when you continue, that you get like minus 55%, so that could be really good to do this tree. And on the other hand, we are Germany. We will have our own air force to take care of things, right? So when we go this one, we will have way more factory output than this one when we are getting to further attacks. So I think we're going to go with concentrated industry. Any small country should always do dispersed in my opinion, but let's just go with concentrated so we make more stuff in our factories. I'm going to get another attack done here. The leichte Minenwerfer, which gives us some bonuses to all our units. And this is all 1938, so we don't have to do anything here. Special forces I'm not gonna bother right now. Is there any industrial things I can still do? No. Everything from 1936 is getting researched. These ones are getting a penalty. I could still get a radio, which will be good as well. There are no things I want to research here. But maybe we should go and research our carriers. Because I still want to build 2 carriers. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer and spend some of my political power on a ship designer. Because a ship designer gives 15% research speed bonus. So when I'm gonna research the carriers, I want one of these two to be in. And then I can optimize my research time here. So I'm not going to do this yet, the carrier, but I will do it later. We can get this one to make our artillery better, which is really good. It also makes self-propelled artillery, the SP artillery or SPA, a lot better. And I'm going to use SPAs, but I will show that when the time is there. So let's just get the radio for now. We need to get the radio towards the radars. So let's first get the radio here. Okay. Let's go with the attack here. I think we are fine to take care of this this unit here. You should attack this one. Are we helping? No, we are on the reserve, so... But now we are helping. So this should go fairly quickly. Now we are here with our tanks. Yeah, and now we can stack wipe the units over here. You will get 3 helmets popping up, and that gives us 1. A lot of experience. Yeah, nice. We are already at 39% to go to skill 5. And when you get the next skill, you will get more of these stats over here. Okay, how's the war going over here? There's still a pocket over here. I would love to get the experience here. So, let's help this pocket out here. And you can already see now that we have 18 units in this army. So a lot of our units that were ready are already in this Polish army over here. How is my navy doing? Are they done? They are almost done. 1 is done. So you can see that at level 3 they should stop training. Not sure if this one is now stopping. I don't think they are. No, I think they are all training. No, they are. They are not training anymore. That is the good news. You can see the current consumption goes down for my for this navy over here. Now, a lot of them are repairing, so that could also be the case. Yeah, they are repairing, so that is why we are using less oil. Okay, and I have set the maximum factories for repairing. Yeah, nice. They will just get damaged when they are training. Okay, are my tanks over here? Do they have their full planning bonus? Yes, they do. Let's attack. Oh, they stopped for some reason. Let's go again. And that is 1, and now we will attack this tile over here. Now they will have supply because they are at a port, but they cannot run anywhere. So we are going to pop these units. They have 20 units over here. You can see our army experience going up very quickly, and that is thanks to our I always forget it, how this one is called. This is the Chief of Army. So, that is going very well. How is our construction going with our factories? They are still going. We have put the maximum infrastructure in Moselland, and now we are building up all the civilian factories over here. And we do the same in Niederschlesien. That is over here. Yeah, we have maximum infrastructure, so we will build these factories very, very quickly. But it is still going. If we can construct more factories, we'll get a pop-up over here. That is the nice thing about the pop-up system. Now we're almost done with this pocket over here, which gives even more experience. And we have researched construction 1. Now this is really good as well, because this gives another construction speed boost. The next one is from 1937. We do have the 100% bonus, so you could think, well, let's just go for it and get that construction speed boost. Yeah, that is a good idea when you have a 100% bonus, so you could do that. But let's take a look around. If there is anything else that we really, really want. Now, we have to research anti-tank at some point, not because I want to use it, but I think you unlock better guns. Yeah, and you get more heart attack and piercing the further you go this tree, so you absolutely need to go for all the artillery, anti-air and anti-tank trees. You need to research them. You could put the anti-tank in your infantry divisions, but I'm gonna count on my own tank, so I'm not gonna produce this for my infantry, but I will make maybe an anti-tank tank or something. Let's see, what do we have here? So we do have the engineering company and the recon, which is really good for especially your infantry units. And there are a couple more things over here that we can get. You can get military police, which helps with the suppression bonus when you conquer lands. There's a maintenance company that gives a reliability bonus, good for tanks as well. We have field hospitals. This gives a... this gives 20% of your men that you lose in war that can go back to your manpower pool. So you save manpower. And the maximum is, I think, 50% when you have researched everything. That is pretty significant, right? So this could be really good for my infantry divisions. Now there is a logistics company. You lose less supplies, very good for your tanks as well. Your tanks use a lot of supplies. And we have the signal company, also good for your tanks, for initiative. So our tanks will get signals, logistics, maintenance, recon, and maybe something else. Maybe an artillery or something. Well, maybe not, I'm not sure. But at least these four. And my infantry I always give engineer and recon. And I like the field hospital, and sometimes I give them logistics. But giving all these things to your infantry divisions will make them use, I think, trucks. And I like to use trucks for something else that I'm gonna show very soon. So yeah, this is all done. And I think we are going to go and research... Well, are we gonna go with the field hospital? Maybe. I think I'm gonna go with the interwar artillery over here. Yeah, because we want to get the attack bonus for artillery anyway. We need to get this one at some point, so let's just go for it. I see that the video is lagging again for some reason. So I will turn back to 1080p in the next episode, and then that will be solved. I didn't know that was happening. Oh, it's sometimes happening, I think. So this game is a bit too hard on my video card. Now, I want to talk about the logistics a little bit here. And that is this button over here, the supply map mode. Here you can see, and when you hover over your own country, you can see these hubs over here and railways. Your supplies come from your capital, and then they go by railway to a supply hub. So from Berlin, it goes with a railway to this one in Brandenburg. I don't know what this province is called. And then it goes with railway to Breslau over here. And how does it work? Well, let's just select an army. Let's, you know what? Let's select all our armies with the Field Marshal. Click on the Field Marshal. And now you can see how the supplies are going. You can see that it's blue on the map. That means that we have enough supply. Here it's a bit tricksy. There's almost no supply remaining over here. That is because it's a bit further away from the supply hubs over here. This supply hub is close enough to give this whole front supply, and we have a supply hub in this city over here. Remember that I said I don't want to put trucks in my divisions, and that is because of supplies. When you hover over here, you can see that we have 543 trucks in the stockpiles. We don't use them right now because I don't have selected the option to use it. For example, this tile over here is getting close to not getting supplies, right? And it gets a little bit from the supply hubs in Hinterpommern. So if I click on this tile here, you can do a couple of things. You can give supplies to your allies. You can stop that and say we don't want that, now I want to give it to them. You can always click the upgrade bottlenecks. This means that your railways to the supply network from your capital will be upgraded. Right now we have a railway of level 3, which gives 25 supplies over here. Here we have 20. Here we have 25, there we have 20. That means that this railway is a level 2 railway and not a level 3 railway. For every extra level you can get 5 extra. If I would click on this tile here and I click on upgrade bottlenecks, I just clicked it. This will put in a construction order to upgrade the railway from level 2 to level 3. And it is over here. I'm not going to do this, but that is how that button works. And normally I think the standard supplies are somewhat sufficient. Maybe as Germany will get a little bit of supply issues with the border with Poland when we are going in, but that is for later. But yeah, you can upgrade your supply hubs here, and sometimes the supply hub is not very close, and then you get big troubles with your supplies, and then you get attrition. Now right now we don't have any problems, but we have another button here, a motorization level. You can increase the supplies with 2 clicks. You can get normal, which is cavalry. You can do a 1 truck, and you can do 2 trucks. And that means that in the reach of this supply hub, you're gonna get more supplies to the surrounding area. So when I unpause now, you can see it's now blue, because we get way more supply from this hub since we are using trucks. And now when I hover over my logistics, you can see that we are using 60 trucks to do this in this state. Now there's a way better option to get the supply. So just put this back to the cavalry and then click on your field marshal and then click this button over here. This gives the whole army or the whole army group the same motorization thing. So if I click on the double truck over here and I unpause the game, you can see that all these supply hubs are now using trucks. And that means that we are now using a lot of trucks. We are using 540 and we have 545 in our stockpiles. So it takes 1 day to get this number back again. And now we are using all our trucks right now to give supplies to our armies. Extra supplies to our armies. You absolutely want to click this button before you go to war. That is one of the things I always do in a checklist in my head. Maybe you can write it down. That you click this motorization priority to the highest so that you can get your supplies. But make sure you have enough trucks built. And enough trains. Trains are going, of course, over the railways, sending supplies to your troops. You can also see that over here right now, this supply hub is also getting the double motorized bonus. So that is something you really want to do. I am not sure if I am going to lose trucks right now, thanks to attrition. Is that only when you are at war? Or not? I don't know. So I need to check this out. I am not sure anymore. We are making 2.2 a day. I think we are not losing any trucks due to attrition or something. So you can do this at the start of the game. And then you are sure that you will have enough supplies. Yeah, okay, we are not losing any trucks apparently. So, click this on at the start of the game, so that they already have their supplies. It doesn't matter that you do it early, because you don't lose anything. And then you are sure that you will have the trucks that you need, and you don't put it on something else, like your tank divisions or your motorized divisions in the field. I don't make them because of this, the motorized divisions. I only use it for our tanks a little bit, and I use it for my logistics. Now there is another thing you can click at the recruit and deploy button here, and that is the supply trucks over here, and tell them to get the highest priority. I would really recommend this. And the same counts for your garrisons. We don't use any garrisons right now, but later in the game we will. And you want to have high priority here as well. Garrisons are fighting the resistance in your occupied territories. Now if you click this on the highest priority, then the new supply trucks that you make are first going to fulfill the logistics, and then what is left will go to the tanks, because they have lower priority than this one. So I like to put these ones on the highest priority, and that way I'm always sure that we have our logistics fulfilled. But that was a quick glance at how supply works, and that is why I don't put trucks in divisions. Now, let's play a little bit more. I think the lag is gone suddenly, so... But I will go back to 1080p because 4040p is just too much for my system, apparently. Oh yeah, my tanks. Let's go to our tanks. You can see they have an exclamation mark. They have nothing that they are doing right now, so let's double click here. Then you zoom in on your tank divisions. Is there any nice spot where we can maybe... Oh, this is Madrid. Let's get the capital of Republican Spain. That sounds like a good idea. And it's only not a good idea because it's the capital, but when I click on the supply map, now you guys know how it works a bit. If we take this supply up, then it takes a while, and then it will be our supply up. And then the supplies will come here, and then we can push further with more supplies. So you also want to look at the supply ups when you are going to plan your attacks. So let's put our tanks over there. Are they building up their planning bonus? Am I doing an offensive plan? Now they are. Oh, we already had one. And then you get this thing here. You have a battle plan with no units assigned. Oh, I'm gonna take those away. They already have the front line, and they need one attack line. There we go. Hey, we have autarky researched, which gives our research bonus for excavation, so we get more resources on the map, and we have a construction speed boost. We are absolutely going to get the Hermann Göring Werke. The 6 civilian factories are insane. And the trains are also really nice. Now, let's wait until they have their planning bonus. They're almost there. We could use the staff office plan to increase this, but I don't want to spend my command power, because I want to use this to assign my Chief of Navy and Chief of Air Force and generals. Okay, we have all our bonuses. We do have a little bit of a supply issue, but maybe when we take Madrid, that supply issue will be over. So let's attack Madrid. And you know what? Let's use the force attack thing for once. So we are spending 4 command power, but we are getting 20% more offense and 25% more breakthrough. Then the divisions get this symbol. Now next day we will attack. Are we already fighting them? Yes, we are. We get a lot of bonuses here. Let's see if we can get through here. Okay, they do have a huge amount of defense. Oh, we are fighting the Soviets. That is why. We are fighting Soviet troops over here, so this will be a bit harder. But you can see that the number is slowly going up a little bit. It's undecided. At least they cannot really pierce me. One of them can do a little bit. And 3 cannot, so 3 will have 50% penalty and 1 will have a 35% penalty. But let's just keep pushing. Yeah, we have low supplies and we are attacking in urban territory, which is a penalty for tanks. And that gives us a minus 60% penalty. Tanks are not good to fight into cities. That gives a massive debuff, so maybe this is not gonna work for us. At least we are getting experience. Yeah, I don't think we can get Madrid. Let's stop this attack here. We are losing. So let's right click on the waste bin, delete all the orders, press H on the keyboard to stop the attack. And let's go somewhere else. Maybe we can cut this part off. It's a bit risky though, because they could also take me down. Maybe we should try to cut through here and then take this region. These are all mountains, but this is not, I think. This is hills, and this is plains. You know what? Let's attack in the plains. Tanks fighting in the plains is a good idea. They have to do a river crossing though. Let's see if we can manage to win that one. Okay, let's take a look at our boats. Are they all done? They are almost all done. Some of them are done. So let's train a little bit more. Let's shift click the naval exercises so they will train until they are level 3. This one will take a little bit longer. Yeah, when these boats are trained, they will not stop training, so they will keep training. So it works different than with the army. What you can do is put these trained boats out of the army or the task force and then only train the ones that still need training. But I'm lazy and I will just let them train. It also gives us naval experience, so it's not a waste of oil. You get a little bit of navy experience. And I think that's going to be it for this video. In the next one, I think we can just start really playing from this point on. I think we have talked about most of the things. And when something comes up, we will explain it. So yeah, hopefully you're still with me. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.